Who's doing it, John?
John.
Yeah, I'll start. Mark, we're 2 days ahead of your 5th full season at Cheltenham.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's the start of a new era with the changes behind the scenes?
Yeah,
and
it
the
has to be. Yeah, it has to be. You know, everyone, rightly so, should be going in with a bit of optimism, a bit of belief in what we've tried to do. You know, we're 2 days away from it. We've got a lot of work into it. We've changed one or two things. It's been a tough pre-season, work-wise and game-wise. We know we've had some tough opposition. Some that we've done really well against, some that we haven't done so well against. But the real stuff starts now, and all the work that we've put in has to now start to come to fruition. We're not expecting it to be all singing, all dancing Saturday, but we expect certain things to happen that we've been working on in pre-season, and of course we're all looking forward to it.
Yeah, you're probably forgetting the first season where you just had to pick up a difficult situation and keep the club up. You probably had 2 very good seasons and 2 underwhelming seasons. If you look at it overall, would you say that's fair? But the good ones have probably been very good, and then.
Well, if you want a quick recap, I think it was tough when we came here. We kept the club up. Tough the next year, trying to rebuild completely. Then we had a couple of good ones. Last year was a little bit disappointing for what the expectations had become, and this year, I don't know where people's expectations are, but mine are certainly a damn sight higher than last year in terms of what we achieved. And I think we're more than capable. You know, we're still, like I said, we're a couple of players lighter than where we would want to be, but that's what this window does, if you like. Now more and more players will become available after Saturday. We're still hopeful of bringing perhaps one in before Saturday, maybe. But we'll have pretty much worked on our team, and well, we will have worked our team, and that'll be pretty much picked. So whether if we get that player, he'll go straight in, and we'll have to think about. But no, we've got some good young players here, some bit of experience. We've got a good mix, and we should be full of optimism. You know, it's going to be a tough league. You look at the teams in the who's going to do well. You know, Bury are the favourites apparently. Portsmouth will be up there for me. Northampton, Stevenage, Shrewsbury will be strong. You know, there's lots of strong sides, and it's about acquitting yourself the best you can. And I have belief that we can do ourselves justice and do ourselves proud.
Yeah. So even though the expectations of the people around the fans and the people around the club may be lower, are you all still as high as they were this time last year?
Without a shadow of a doubt. Yeah. We have to be. You know, we've got some good players. We're trying to give them a couple of different ways of playing, ways that we go about our business, and you know, on the whole, pre-season's been pretty productive. Lots of things still to work on, but the work ethic is certainly here.
Yeah, you said you might have one in before Saturday. You still expect there to be 3 in by the end of the month. Is that still the aim?
Yeah, that's the aim. Yeah. Maybe might be loans, but yeah, 3 in by the end of the month at least. Well, 2 of those might be loans.
Yeah. So at the moment it'll be Harry Reynolds.
Harry will go on the
keeper.
bench, to back up Trevor as we speak.
Yeah. And the position? Can you say the position of the one you're trying to get in? Because we know the 2 positions you're looking for, but
midfield player and a striker. So at the minute, so it'll be one of them.
Yeah. And if you have to wait a bit longer for 1 or 2 of them, do you know which ones you want at the moment?
I know who I'm after, but getting them out of clubs at the minute's proving a little bit more difficult. So I say we'll just see. But I'm more than happy going into the first couple of weeks of the season with what I've got. We've got competition for places. You know, unfortunately, Saturday I have to make 10, 11 people disappointed. You know, because they all have worked hard in pre-season, believing they have a chance of playing. So you know, we're going to upset a few, but it's not about one game. It's not about one Saturday in the season. It's about the 46 games and using the squad to the best ability that we can.
Yeah, the only players that have been any real concerns over during pre-season are Asa Hall, who obviously came back against Kidderminster, and Matt Taylor, who didn't play against Kidderminster. So how are those two?
Both should be fine. John, they've trained well this week. We've had a good week on the training ground, which has been good. You know, the Kidderminster game might actually have been well, come Saturday, we're hoping that it's the little kick that we needed just to make sure that we were on our toes, making sure that we don't take anything for granted. You know, we didn't lose 3 points, so we go there, we go up to Bury, and it's going to be a tough game. You know, they're a decent side, and they've got some good attacking options, and they've got a decent squad. And say they're they're the favourites for the league. But we have to go and make sure that we put up a good showing and try and put a spanner in the works.
Yeah, it was Matt Taylor. Was it just linked to the foot? Or was it something else?
It was fine. He was just done a bit of driving in terms of up and down the motorway. With a move, he's trying to get himself sorted, and that sometimes happens. And he was fine. We worked him really hard, and I think it was just a case of, if we played him on Saturday, which he could have done, we risked him not being available for time. So sometimes taking him out the game might be the best thing for him, and hopefully we see the benefit of that this week and the coming weeks.
Yeah, I know you knew Sean North quite well from before, but now he's had just over a month working with him day in day out. And is he settled in part of the furniture already?
Yeah, really good. Really, really good. Been pleased with the way we've worked together and the way he's gone about his business. And I knew it'd be like this.
Yeah, different opinions, different voice on the training ground. Has he brought a lot of new ideas in himself?
Yeah, of course he has. The way he's worked over the years, but we do it together, and that's always been the case.
Yeah, and with Stevie being player coach now, are you treating him just as a normal playing squad at the moment? Or?
We said he had to get himself, if he wanted to be a player coach, he's got to be a player first and foremost. Just to concentrate on himself in pre-season, be that little buffer between the dressing room and the staff room, if you like, and he's took that role really well, took to it really well. He's come back with concerns or maybe things that the players are a little bit unsure about. So it's been a good little buffer for us and a good little role for him. I think he's got himself nice and strong and fit and played a decent amount of game time. And like I said, the coaching role will take place, more throughout the season rather than just pre-season. So we're pleased with how the setup's been working so far.
Yeah, on Tuesday you said that you knew how you were going to play at Bury, but there were a couple of little decisions you needed to make. Have you made those now?
Yeah, I've made them. We'll go and work on a few things, but just make sure that everyone knows their jobs, not just the 11. Others coming in or others who, if we do have a change of heart somewhere. But now everyone's got to know their jobs, how we want to play, and those coming off the bench, we expect and need them to come and produce the work rate and the goods as and when they're required.
Yeah, it's probably the biggest change of players you've had since before the Wembley season,
year,
because that was a big overall as well. But that year you sort of threw virtually a new team together and they just hit it off pretty quickly.
Well, I don't think we've got a completely new team. I don't know how many new faces there will be exactly, but we've got a lot of young. We've got a slightly bigger squad with the young players that we've got available to us. But like I said, they're not going to get wholesale game time. As a group, as a 5 or 6, they're here for development and to push the more experienced players. And when they're ready, we feel, or when we finish right, we'll give them their chance. I'm happy with the players that we've brought in. And like I said, we still need to bring 1 or 2 in as well.
Yeah, but how important is the character of them? Because you said you wanted to bring in hungry young players, good characters.
We've got some good characters, and we've got, we've all got things that we could be better at. But no, I'm happy with the group, the work rate, the attitude that they've shown me for 99% of pre-season. So, we're where we want to be. We're now ready for the kick-off, and it can't come soon enough. We've got a tough one, we know that, but we'll go and do our jobs the best we can.
Yeah, all the best, Mark. Thanks a lot.
John. Thank you.